Okay, this time I swear it's not a joke. It's not April Fool's Day. I promise this time. Man, I can't believe it's been like 4 months since my last video. Alright, let's get into it. It's discussion time about some Code Lyoko news. If you haven't already heard about it, I want to talk about it and kind of want to clarify what's going on and what I think should happen if anything does happen. So first thing, an interview came out early Monday, with the former Code Lyoko director Jerome and former head writer Sophie. It was the second interview of the year. Wasn't expecting a second one, and definitely wasn't expecting such a juicy interview. Everything about it was really good, and of course, obviously because of the ending. I mean, I was just, work slowed down. I was listening to this. I saw the notification on Reddit. I was like, clicked on it immediately, waited for the premiere, and it was a good time. Just chilling there, And of course, he pops in the question, do you ever see Code Lyoko coming back? And I'm interested to hear what he's gonna say. And he immediately just says yes, and I wasn't expecting that at all. I was like, are you serious? I was like, all right, keep talking. I want to know. Like, I don't know, maybe because I thought he was just saying yes. Like, he can see it coming back one day if the license owners do something with it. That's the same thing like Thomas Romain said in his interview a few years ago. But then he keeps going on about it. He's like, we'll see, maybe it's in the works, it's in the background, or something like that. Sophie's face right when he said yes, it looked like she was surprised that he said anything, but then she goes on about like what they're working on. So it was very interesting. I was very hooked. It was just like really on a Monday. I was just enjoying the interview, chilling at work, and then he drops that bomb on us. So I'm like, are you kidding me right now? But what they're working on, there's kind of been misinformation. There is nothing in production. Let me be clear about that right now. There's nothing in production. They're not writing anything. They might have ideas if something, gets greenlit. But yeah, that's really it right now. It sounds like they're just negotiating right now. Jerome and Sophie with whoever is in charge in Mediatune or Ellipse Animation, whoever, Dargod. So it just sounds like they're trying to work something out. I don't know if they have pitched anything to them. That's why he says maybe, and that he will probably have something to say in the next 2 months. So yeah, it's still very exciting though. Hopefully, everything goes well. They also said that, there's also the risk part of it, because they think that they already made a great show with the original, and they don't know what they could do with new content, like a new story, what season is something that will change it up a bit. And they weren't specific of a new season or a reboot. Now, I get the feeling that they might, like Jerome and Sophie, might try to lean towards a continuation, like a one time thing. I know they had plans originally to do like 3 movies about like a prequel, a 3-movie prequel about like Frank Topper and Xander and Carthage and all that, and that could still be a possibility in a season. But I feel like they kind of want to do like a continuation, and that's my vibe. Because again, they already worked on the original show, and I don't know, they probably want to continue from that. I don't know if they want to like retell a story in a different way. But let me tell you, retelling the story in a different, new way is the route to go, in my honest opinion, for a show that is 20 years old now. A reboot is just more doable, in my opinion, than a continuation. I mean, if you're trying to gain if you want trying to reach out to a greater audience, then a reboot just works so well. I mean, doing a continuation would be a little hard, especially if you're trying, if Jerome or Dargod is trying to, want to make this last pretty long for a long time. Then continuation, you aren't going to be able to milk too much from that, especially when you have it. When you have the old fans, like the fans, they're gonna definitely know everything about, everything leading up to that point. But new fans, they have to watch, about 100 episodes before they can watch this, and that's the tricky part. So if they're doing this just for the fans, like a one season, one time thing, then it makes sense to do the continuation. And what they've already worked on the original 4 seasons. But if they want to work on this for a longer times, I feel like Dargod definitely wants to. If they're gonna bring back Code Lyoko, I feel like they're gonna want it to last pretty long, and trying to figure out ways to do it. I feel like that's one of the topics. That they are negotiating right now. Is like, what's the plan? How are we gonna make this happen? Do we want to do a continuation or a reboot? I feel like the reboot is it just makes the most sense. There's so many things you can do with the reboot, and again, it's a 20-year-old show. I mean, you have to, like, you don't have to, obviously, it's not like a remake where you're literally just telling the whole story again. And no, I mean, you'll have some stuff that might stay the same, and then, you just, lore-wise, you change it up. That's the most interesting thing for a reboot, is you keep most of the story intact, but throughout each season, just change it up each season, to where it's like very different and more entertaining for the original fans and new fans. And I feel like that's the most important thing. Sorry, that is raining very hard in the background, so sorry if you can hear that. But there's so many things you can do with the reboot, and it can last for like 4+ seasons. It can last a decade of Code Lyoko content. I mean, think about that. There's so many things you can do with that. And I really hope that they go with that route, to be honest. It also sounds like possibly they have a good amount of people who worked on the original that's also on standby with them, because Jerome and Sophie work at a studio. They work at a studio together. They have several projects, and it sounds, because Sophie says that it would be awesome. Everyone would be pretty happy again to work on Code Lyoko once more. So it sounds like they have a few more writers, or I don't know if they have any animators that were from the original, but it sounds like I think at least have some writers along with Jerome and Sophie. But that's just, that's some really cool news to have some of the team intact like that. I mean, I feel like everyone who worked on Code Lyoko, the staff just were very close to each other. With the voice actors, obviously Jerome and Sophie have always been really close. It's just really cool to see. And what else do I have to say? I'm not even going on a script right now. I'm literally just coming up in my head, and that's very rare. Let's see. What else? I feel like that's pretty much the gist. I didn't want to go too long. I just wanted to share some quick thoughts. I wasn't even planning on. I thought about doing a video, and I was like, no, I don't want to hype people up because it's not confirmed yet. But then I was like, no, it's still news. So let me talk about it. And here we are, going far. I could hate myself. Oh man, hopefully going far. To be honest, let's hope. Well, I guess we'll hear in about 2 months. I think it's just very weird that we get this random interview, and if there's an NDA or something going on, I feel like Jerome had to at least approach Dargod about this interview, and if it was okay to do or say certain things, and he probably got the okay to do so, and that's why he said what he said, even though the reaction on Sophie made it look like he wasn't supposed to. But I think it might have just I don't know, I just feel like that is a possibility, that maybe he got the okay to kind of tease something, and kind of wanted maybe Jerome Sophie and or Dargo wanted to see how the fans and just the internet in general would react. So, you know, it blew up pretty fast. I feel like it didn't blow up as much as I thought, unless I've been busy, but it's definitely gotten attention in the whole community, and hopefully it breaks out the community, and we'll see what happens. It's exciting stuff. Yeah, I think I got pretty much everything I needed to say. Man, I was not expecting that. I don't think anyone was. Alone with just the interview. Man, I feel like there's so much more to say. I know there's a lot of posts out there, and I have a friend that's going to be uploading a video soon about his thoughts as well. Lyoko Jim, Wazy, whoever you know him as, he'll be sharing a video soon. Definitely check that out. I feel like his video is gonna be a little longer, or much longer than mine. But it will definitely be fun to listen to. So whenever it does come out, I feel like we probably have the same. We definitely have the same kind of opinion, I believe. So it'll be fun to hear what he has to say. So definitely look out for that. But other than that, that's it for the Code Lyoko news stuff. So one other thing I wanted to talk about real quick was the Code Lyoko fan game that's SEJ Studios. I think it's translated in English, it's called Revenge of Tyron, and that finally comes out with an alpha, an alpha, not the full game, an alpha release comes out this Friday, October 27th. Don't know the time exactly, you can look on their website for that, but that's gonna have a lot available for you to play, like Caddick setting, Lyoko, fighting monsters. I think there's some missions that said that they were going to be able to do solo missions, and I think there was some story mode. I'm not sure about that part, but either way, they're gonna have a lot in store for us for the alpha release, and I'll be playing that. I'm thinking about streaming it that day when I get home from work. I just gotta figure out my schedule for that day, because I'm going to see the FNAF movie, and maybe streaming some Sonic DLC if I don't finish it the day before. But yeah, I just gotta figure it out. But yeah, if you're in my Discord server, you can get those updates in there, and you know when I'm doing certain things. And if you want to join certain events, definitely join my Discord. It's a fun, chill hangout spot. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Just want to talk about the main thing, the Code Lyoko news, and then a reminder that the SEJ Studios their game is finally coming out with an alpha release. So very exciting stuff this week for Code Lyoko. Yeah, exciting stuff. Code Lyoko 20th year. We'll see what happens. Obviously I'll keep you updated, as well as other creators in the community. Spread the word, guys. Let's see what happens. Cross your fingers. Thanks for listening, guys, and I'll talk to y'all later. Rock on.